Hi, sweetie boys. Do you see what is sitting on top of our We Wish You Well box? There's somebody sitting on top of that box. And that's the thing. That's the person. No, not a person. It's Kristen. That is the little parrot that I had yesterday. Okay, if I sound a little distracted, it's because I'm trying to put my apron on a different way. Yesterday I said that I was wearing a special shirt and that today you would get to see more of the shirt and that tomorrow you would get to see all of the shirt. So I'm trying to put my apron on so that part of my shirt is poking out to show you. And it's kind of hard for me. My arm muscles are getting kind of sore from reaching behind me trying to tie it because they're in a different position. Okay, but I think I got it. I'm looking in my mirror. Yep, you can see a little bit more of my shirt now. Glad about it too, because that's what I wanted. Now I'm going to put my little papers here. I've got scissors. I'm going to need those today. Okay. Some of you met my dog Ginger the other day. Well, right now she is sitting right under my camera stand. Ginger, what are you trying to do? Are you wishing I had another waffle? Hi, kids. I'm crawling in here. You're going to see my body crawling in. And I'm trying to not crawl on top of that blanket there because I've got something hiding under there to show you. The camera today is going to stay like this. Oh gosh, I'm getting in here. I'm trying to not disturb something that I have hiding under here. I'm leaving the camera like this today. So the rainbow's over here. And that pirate drawing I made the other day is over here. And I'm sitting this way because later on today I'm going to turn the camera down, give you a little camera ride because there's something under this blanket that I'll show you. And I want you to be able to see it, so I think it'll work that way. So yes, little Lorito is waiting right here on our We Wish You Well box. And I'm showing you a little bit more of my shirt today. Tomorrow you'll get to see the whole thing. Yesterday I think you only saw that much peeking out. And today I'm letting you see about that much peeking out. Now I'll take some sips of coffee while I wait for circle time to start. Maybe Ginger wants to come up here. Ginger, do you? Come here. Come on, Joe. She did want to come up here. The last time she was here, we had a waffle. It was W week. And the waffle that I had, she kept trying to eat. Ginger, I don't have any waffles today. No waffles. She might just stay at circle time. She does like to be with me. All right, kiddos, guess what I'm about to sing? Very soon you'll hear the bell ring, and then it's circle time. Soon you'll hear the bell ring, and then it's circle time. Ginger, look, she's on top of that red blanket, and I have those things under there. Ginger, I don't want you to disturb them. That means I don't want them to change by somebody moving them. Wow, she really wants to be on that blanket. Well, hopefully you won't get too disturbed. When you hear the bell ring, I will start circle time. 3 and 3. I ring it 3 times. Slight pause. I ring it 3 more times. That means 6 rings altogether. Circle time, circle time. Now it is time for circle time. I'm not saying leave all your things and come to circle time because it's not preschool. We're not at preschool. Okay, Ginger, you might hear me use a big voice, friends, calling someone to come and get her. if it gets too busy. The first thing that is going to happen today is adding new names to the We Wish You Well box. Lorito's going to have to move to a new spot. Lorito, you come back here and you can rest. Hey, look, I could pretend this is the nest. It's a brown basket. That would be a good nest. There you go, Lorito. You just peek out of your nest, and then I'll talk to you later. Because I want to show you 3 new names that haven't been in the box yet. Look at those 3 new names. Nancy J, Carsen, and Campbell. We already have a Nancy in here, Miss Nancy, but she's Nancy C, and this is a new friend, Nancy J. So here they go. I'll use my little scissors and cut them apart. So Campbell's in the box now, and Carsen is in the box, and Nancy is in the box with the rest of us. And there's a new picture that shows you all the names in the box, so you can look there and see if you find your name. And if you don't find your name in there, if no one finds it for you, tell me and I'll put your name in there, because I'm so glad you're here. Everybody, we know that we're not at preschool together. We're not in the same building today, but we're doing this together today. And so even though we're not in the same building, we're doing this at the same time, and we're thinking about things at the same time, and that's one way of being connected. So everybody, we wish you well. We wish you well. We wish you well. All through the day today, we wish you well. The letter of the week is X. And we're going to do our alphabet actions. Okay, Ginger. Okay, Joe, you got it. Oh, boy. Okay, we're going to do our alphabet actions. This right now feels like preschool. Not because Ginger's at preschool, but this reminds me of a preschooler who doesn't want to just sit at circle time. Maybe they want to come play with my necklace. Maybe they're trying to get me to talk to them, and I'd be like, friends, just wait. Don't talk to me. Go talk to another teacher, because I'm doing circle time and I'm doing my talking now. So then the kid would either wait, or then they would go over somewhere else and talk to a different teacher. I might have to do that. Or sometimes if that kid's like, no, I'm not going to leave. I'm only going to talk to you. I'm only going to play with your necklace. I'm only going to hold your face. Then I might be like, okay, let me call another teacher friend to come and get you to help you to meet your needs while I'm doing circle time. So that might be what happens pretty soon for Ginger. We'll see how it works during alphabet actions. We're going to start with A and get all the way to X. We haven't done X together yet. So here we go. Add, bow, crunch, dance, get your muscles up, exercise, fish, glide. Think of something that makes you happy, and think about that when you hum. Itch, juggle. Think of someone you miss that you're not with right now, and blow a kiss, and rest by going lay. Nope, Joe, not yet. Get ready to do some cleaning. Mop. Pretend you're eating something and go nibble. I gotta take a break. This is too much. Hey, Naomi or Eliza? Can you please come get Ginger? She's being relentless. Oh. Kids, that means she will not stop.
Oh, Ginger.
It's like I'm gonna have a waffle, and I don't.
Ginger. Okay.
Miss Naomi's here. She's gonna take Ginger.
I'll keep her. Don't worry.
Oh. That's just like preschool with a dog instead of a child. Okay, I remembered that we laid down our head, and that's when Ginger was scratching at my arm to hold her. So let's just go back to that. Oh, maybe take a deep breath in. Lay. And get ready to clean again. Hold your mop. Go back to nibble some more little food. Nibble. Opera voice up and down with your O's. Get ready for straight arms. Paint, straight arm. Paint. Get ready to go quick. Quick. And rock. Rock. Remember this word for later. Rock. Pretend that you're surfing, that you're standing up on a surfboard, so you can have your core muscles really tight, but your knees have a slight bend in it. Or if you're sitting, you can just be like me, and I'm going to put one arm this way and one arm this way because of where I'm at. Make your arms really straight and go surf, surf. Get ready to go. Up, up. Get ready to disappear. The V word is vanish. Here we go. I love this one. Vanish. Don't worry, I'm still here. I'm just hiding behind my hands. Let's do it again. And it might tickle on your lip if you're doing the V sound with a vibration. You put your top teeth on your bottom lip, gently. V, v, v. I'm not saying f, f, like the F sound. V, v. Vanish. Get ready to wave. Wave, 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 wave. And X is this. Hands over your head. Arms like this. And then we say, X marks the spot. X marks the spot. X marks the spot. Perfect for X week. Perfect for today. For me to show you a picture. Some of you maybe already saw this on your computer. This picture has some X week things in it. I wonder if you see some things that look like treasure hunts, or like pirate play, or X marks the spot. Do you see somebody wearing a pirate hat? Do you see somebody with a telescope? Those are friends who were playing pirates. We talked about the way we do pirate play at preschool. So this little friend is using a telescope that he made out of toilet paper tubes and tape. This friend right here is wearing a pirate hat that he got from the dress-up corner. And there's a friend way back behind that little picture, that little friend behind Grandma Eunice, behind this friend's head. That little friend is on top of a table. And that was okay. We made a table, the top of the table, to be a pirate ship. And that friend is back there pretending to be on the pirate ship. And this friend is sitting on another pirate ship. There's the little step ladder to get on top. And let me check something. Oh, let me see. Oh, I don't have my glasses with me, so I'll just hold it back. I'm looking to see if there is anybody under the pirate ship. No, but you can see the green thing underneath here. That was a little bed where you could go under it. This was last year. Last year. So if you're 4 years old now, this is about when you were 3 years old. Or if you're 3 years old now, this is from when you were 2 years old. Or for me, I'm 46 years old. So this picture is when I was 45. I'm subtracting 1. 46 minus 1 equals 45. It's the number that comes right before the number we're at now. So if you're 6 years old now, 6 minus 1 6 take away 1 is 5. 4 take away 1 is 3. 4 minus 1 equals 3. That's what we're talking about. A year ago we were doing this. And that's the first thing I want to tell you. Second thing I want to tell you is a year ago, this was the celebration of a holiday. And it's not Earth Day. I'm not talking about that yet. Do you see that there is a teacher friend in the middle that is holding a card? That teacher friend right there is holding a card because last year and today is Administrative Professionals Day. It's on the calendars. This is Grandma Brenda from a year ago. And a lot of you know about her that even when she wasn't in the classroom, she has her office upstairs at our church, and she does so much computer work, so many phone calls, so much writing. She organizes things. She tells people announcements. So Pastor Derek brought her a card and then something on the ground. That thing right there was a flowery plant. So that holiday is today. And Grandma Brenda, I don't know if you've been to your office yet at church, but I talked to Pastor Derek. Pastor Derek said he left something there. That's kind of exciting. So I say, Grandma Brenda, thank you so much for all the work you do. Miss Brenda, you do so much work. Miss Brenda, thank you for doing all of those things in the office. Miss Brenda? We used to always call her Grandma Brenda. But here is the announcement. So, next school year. So like normally we finish this school year. And in May, still April, in May, this school year is over. And then we have some summer things we do. And then school starts again in August and September. Just like this. So, we are in April. And then it's May, when some people graduate to go to a new school or move on in their life. And then it's June, that's summer. And then it's July, that's summer. In August is when in our town, some kids go to the big schools. Either they'll start the big school on the computer or they'll go into the building. We don't know that plan yet. And in September is when kids start at preschool in our building. And if our building isn't open in September, then we'll just start in the building whenever. But in September, whenever we go back to the building, Miss Brenda is going to be your other teacher with me all the time. You'll still have all your other teachers, but Miss Brenda, she's going to be there all the time. I have the whole rainbow on mine, right? Because I go to all the classes. Miss Brenda is going to have all the colors on hers. She's going to be in all the classes with me too. And your other teacher friends, all your other grandma and grandpa teacher friends and all your other teacher friends, they'll come back too. It's just that Grandma Brenda, I keep calling her Miss Brenda now because her job is kind of changing. She'll be there all the time. That's the special announcement. I'm so excited. So excited. Some of you already know her, and maybe that makes sense to you why I'm so excited about that. So that was the special announcement of the day. Next thing to tell you. You maybe heard me say Earth Day before. You maybe remember that thing, I'm looking at the picture, the thing that Pastor Derek brought her that was not the card, but the other thing that was on the ground. That plant. That's from nature. That's from outside, right? Does that make sense to you? on Earth Day, this day holiday, is another day to think about all those things on the earth. Do you know what I mean about Earth? I'll show you a map. I'm not going to use my treasure map, even though my treasure map is about outside. But I'm not going to talk about my treasure map yet. I'm going to show you Earth. Well, here's Earth in the solar system. A little planet up there. So this over here is supposed to be the edge of the sun. And then look, 1, 2, third one from the sun. That's the Earth. And look, can you see that little rainbow I put on there? That's supposed to be, that's where our New Creation Preschool is. No one's there yet, right? But that's where the preschool is. So that's why I'm putting it there. That's Earth. And if you're watching this, I think this is true. I think everyone watching this is on planet Earth. I think so. Earth. Here are all of the land pieces of Earth. Flattened out. The Earth is a ball, a sphere. But this is if all those countries were flattened out. And do you see the rainbow? That's the part of the Earth land where our preschool is. Okay, now watch this. This is even smaller. So I had our Earth picture showed you that we are right here in this part of the Earth. Well, look at where we are in this one. Now I'm showing you what state our preschool is in. This is a smaller picture of that Earth. And then you can see the rainbow. That's Kansas. That's where our preschool is. Where in Kansas, you might ask? Well, let me show you the map of the counties of Kansas. That's where our preschool is. In Harvey County. And then where in Harvey County, you might wonder? What town is it in? Newton. Look at this part of Kansas. This is part of South Central Kansas. So Hutchinson is on here, McPherson is on here, Derby is on here, Elbing, Whitewater, Heston, Newton, North Newton, Wichita, Gossel. The kids who come to our preschool live in one of these places. And then they drive to get to the little rainbow. I would like to start a project together of where are you at watching this? Where are you? And then I can put a mark on the maps. So if somebody tells me that they're in another country, somewhere else on Earth, in the world, I will put a mark there. And then if you're like, oh yeah, I'm in North America, but I'm not in Kansas, I'm in Manitoba, I can put a mark on the province of Manitoba. If someone's like, or they're like, I'm in United States of America, but I'm not in Kansas, then I can put a mark on your state. Okay? Or someone's like, oh, I'm in Kansas, but I'm not in Harvey County. Well, then tell me what county you're in. I could put a mark for you on that county. Right now, we've only got a mark in Harvey County, right? Or maybe you're like, oh, I live in Harvey County. I live really close to Newton, but not in Newton. Well, tell me. I'll put a mark on here for you. And I'll keep it private. Like, I won't put your name on it because it's not about where does each person live. It's about where do we as a group reside. And so if you don't even want to tell me, if you don't want anyone to know even from writing it in the comments, you could send me a message because that's private. I won't remember or keep track of who lives where because that doesn't matter to me for this project. I just want to know, where are we when we're all together? So that's your invitation. Tell me, where are you? Where on earth are you? Which also is an expression people say, where on earth did I put my coffee? Where on earth? Where in the world is it? That's like using this idea of where on earth did I put my things? Or it's like saying, where in the world is my coffee? Well, I'll tell you where in the world my coffee is. Right next to me. That's where in the world my coffee is. You could try that at home today. It could be super fun and funny. You could walk around and like pretend you don't know where your toy is. It'd be like, where in the world did I put my parrot? Where on earth is it? Well, where in the world could my parrot be? Oh, right behind me. That's where on earth it is. That's where in the world it is. Get it? Ooh, and then if you have a telescope, because you found a toilet paper roll, or you found a piece of paper you could roll up, you could use this and be like, where in the world did I put my pencil? Where in the world is it? Where on earth is my pencil? Come on, pencil, where on earth are you? Where in the world? Oh, there you are. Get it? All right, got something else to show you. Something else to show you. I went outside today and I went looking for things. Kind of like a treasure hunt, but I wasn't looking for things that people often think go in a treasure chest. Oftentimes books or movies talk about, see how I'm scratching my nose? Trying so hard to not use my hand. I'm learning a lot about things for myself. People often think that the treasure box will be filled with gold. It'll be filled with jewels, jewelry. Some people are like, oh, candy. Things like that, like shiny, sparkly things or sweet things that you can buy at a store. Maybe little tokens or little tiny toys. I went on a treasure hunt today outside this morning by myself. I didn't find any of those things, but I did find treasure. Some of my favorite things of treasure. I'll show you. You might be able to see a little bit on the edge. Look at this treasure I found. Now this one I didn't find for the first time today. I just knew where I kept this special treasure. One day I decided I want to find one of those big feathers. And I did. That's a treasure to me. This is not from any store. Oh, look at this. This is a jackpot treasure for me. Look at this tiny little nubbin of wood. It's so flat on one side and it's so bumpy on the other. And that's a wonderful treasure just like it is. But look at what makes it even more special. And I didn't make it this way. Look at this. Look at that. It fits together. It's like a puzzle from nature. I just found it like that. That's an Earth Day treasure, I would say. Look at that. It just fits together. Like it was together once already, and then as it came apart, you can just lift it up, and that's a jackpot treasure of mine. Oh, I also love rocks. Some of you know that about me. I love all kinds of rocks. Here is one of my bumpiest rocks. Super bumpy. If you feel it with your eyes closed, I'll put it on your cheek to feel it. You can really feel the bumps and ridges. And then I also love super smooth rocks. Oh, here's my smoothest. This is the smoothest rock I have. I might have some that are as smooth, but not smoother. That's something my grandpa, my Opa used to say. I have a smooth rock. Or he'd say it about food. If he would eat some food that he really liked, he'd say, let me see if I remember how he said it. He'd say, I've never had food, maybe I've had food as good as this, but never better. That's kind of a nice way to say, like, I've had a lot of good food, but never better. So this rock, maybe I've had rocks that are as smooth as this, but never smoother. What else do I have? I got more smooth rock. These are really handy for me if I like to do my rock stacking. They work well for that. Here's just a nice big one. It's kind of heavy. Some rocks are lighter than others. This rock is very pointy and light. This would be good for digging in the ground, right? Because it's pokey and sharp. Not good for throwing at someone. Not good for throwing at someone. These could do damage to a human or to a creature or to a wall or a window, but really handy for other things. Okay, this rock has a little hole in it. There's a little hole in that rock that I didn't put there. Now we're moving on away from rocks onto things that are soft. And I have one thing that is my favoriteest, that I'll save it for the end, and two things that smell really good to me from my yard. This is a kind of sage. And oh, I love the smell of this. And sometimes with some of these, you can kind of press the leaves together and then smell your finger or smell the plant. And that really gets the smell going. Pretend you can smell it. It smells fresh, it smells clean. You can even see the roots where I pulled it from the ground this morning, maybe. Yep, those little lines right by my head. That might smell like dirt, let me see. Yes, and I love the smell of dirt. Here's another really sweet smeller. This is mint from my yard, mint. Like, is it Christmas time? Am I smelling a candy cane? No, Miss Kristen, it's just fresh mint from your garden. That's what it smells like, mint. Like gum, some of you call it spicy gum, candy canes. And actually I said from my garden, it's not from my garden. It's from my yard. It just is growing all over one part of my yard. And you can eat it. This is edible. I know that. I'm a grown-up, learned some things about taking care of myself, so it's safe for me to try it. Please don't try leaves to eat until a grown-up has found out that it is safe. Because there are some that would have you feel sick if you ate it, and some that'll have you feel like yummy in my tummy if you ate it. Nature treasures can be colorful too. I don't know if you have these in your yard. Do you see this tiny little dandelion? Do you have that in your yard, or have you seen that around? That kind of looks like gold money because of the golden yellow color. Or look at this. Oh, these are going to be hard to see. But in there is a tiny bit of purple. If you look. Hey, I'm going to get my telescope out and pretend that's going to help me look. There's tiny, tiny purple on this flower weed that some of you have around your places too. I call that a super treasure because it's so tiny, it's hard to see unless you get really close. And children, you are fortunate, kind of lucky, because your bodies are often smaller than grown-ups. You're shorter. And so that way you're able to see things closer to the ground because you're closer. So you might be able to see those tiny flowers faster than grown-ups who are standing. My very favorite thing. That's a pussy willow. And I have a teacher friend named Grandma Frances who gave this to us. And it's my very, 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 very favorite thing from nature. They are so soft. They're so fuzzy. If you've never been able to feel one, maybe someday you'll be able to. Or I could just describe it more to you sometime. So when you go today, either looking out of a window or going outside today, look around and think, first of all, it's Earth Day. That's a whole day. The whole world is thinking about helping take care of the earth, celebrating the earth. And then you can think, oh, and it's X week and we're doing treasure hunts. So those are two different things. Earth Day, treasure hunt. Earth Day, X marks the spot. You can look outside and think, what seems like treasure to you outside? What do you love that's from nature? Sticks is something I didn't bring inside, but I love sticks, and I know a lot of preschoolers love sticks. Sticks can be a lot of fun. And now I'm going to lift up this red blanket to show you the other nature treasure I found. So I've got to move all my other treasures, and I'm not throwing them because I'm trying to take care of them because of how much I love them. They're my treasures, so I'm trying to take care of them. Okay, I'm going to take off this red blanket and see if, when Ginger was here, if she did disturb it. I'll have to do some fixing, and I'll tell you about it. Maybe you'll think it's funny. I had something, oh no, and here she comes back. Well, I might have to call for another helper, but we'll see what happens. This, down here by my feet, which you'll be able to see in a moment, I have some little tiny rocks. And these little tiny rocks are going to be arranged in different designs. So if you can ever find any tiny rocks, you could do it. You practice your letters, you practice your shapes, you practice your tiny finger muscles, you practice your numbers and numerals. You could practice writing words or creating designs. You could sort, like biggest ones over here, small ones over here. Or you could make a line of size, like the teeniest tiny one goes right here, and the biggest one goes here, and you try to get them so that they're in order. You're gonna go on a little ride because I'm gonna put this down, see if you can see it better. Can you see that already? Yeah. Can you see that? This right here? This is what Ginger did disturb, meaning it got messed up. This used to be a perfect circle. And so I think that when my little dog came over here before and she was standing on it, yep, she disturbed it. So let me put it back the way I have it. These are rocks that I got from my driveway today. And I had these in a circle shape. Do you see how I'm doing that? Now, I have a problem here, right? Because if I want this to be a circle, that needs to be filled in. So I have two options. I can get some more from over here, but what if you don't have any more, right? You can make it smaller. That's the magic of circles. They can get smaller or bigger just by moving them. So look, there's my little circle. And if I'm making a circle, I might want to turn it into something like this. I'm looking for the tiniest rocks I can in my collection. Actually, I'm gonna take this one out because it's bigger, and I'll put the small one in there. So, oh boy, I got small rock, small rock. This is fantastic tiny finger muscle work. Okay, small one, small one. Now I'm gonna do a bigger one for there. Can you guess what I'm making? And now I'm gonna look for longer, skinnier rocks so then I can make it look like I have I need one more. This one might work good for me for what I want. Can you tell what I made? A little smiling rock face. That's supposed to be my smiling rock face. Now to erase, if you've ever used pencils that have erasers, you know that you might know how you can turn it upside down and then use the eraser. That wouldn't work here. Watch how I can erase this. Slow, controlled movement, because I'm not trying to be wild and throw rocks around or have them hit things. I did a slow, controlled movement and just swept it off. Next up. Any guesses? Do you know what I'm pretending to make all of my rocks? Can you tell? I'm making the X shape, like X marks the spot. Like a treasure hunt. They talk about when someone goes on a treasure hunt and then they're looking and they're looking and they're trying to find the X and that, and they would have to dig under here to find the treasure. If you have rocks around in your life and you're able to find some, you can do some rock work. You can stack them. You can make designs. Maybe you can make your letter, your golden letter, the letter that your name starts with. Well, I'm going to close this circle up again because I have an idea that for the goodbye poem today, I won't use my hand. I'll use this circle, my rock circle. And I won't even touch it, because if I touch it, then my finger might mess it up or disturb it, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to go on top of it. Here we go. And if you don't have a rock circle, just put your hand out and pretend there are rocks on your hand. I might do it both ways, because I like that idea too. I'll start with this, and then I'll do this, and then I'll go back to this. So that means it's a 3 timer. If you don't like this part, plug your ears. And then or look away. Just look away and don't pay attention. That's fine. I'm going to do it 3 times. I'll start here. No, I'll start here. Round and round the circle we did roam. 1 step, 2 step, now we stay home. Oh, look, it looks like I'm in a little house. Now my hand, finger up, hand out. Round and round the circle we did roam. 1 step, 2 step, now we stay home. Last time for me, I'm going to do it down here again. I'll let you see a little bit more of my shirt. This is your last day for the clue. Tomorrow you'll see the whole thing. Round and round the circle we did roam. 1 step, 2 step, now we stay home. Please tell me where you are, and I'm going to start coloring in that map, and I'll show it to you every day when it changes. Where we all are. Where in the world are we? Where on earth are we? Bye, sweetie pies. I love you. I love you. I miss you already.